So Nintendo's pricing models for things. This is something that a lot of people are talking about right now because of Donkey Kong Country Returns is what I feel like it should be called because it's the third time it's come out. But that's why a lot of people are having this conversation in general. Donkey Kong Country Returns for the Nintendo Switch, for whatever reason, is going to be $60. I mean, I feel like I have ideas as to why that is, although it's kind of confusing people because a amazing remaster of Metroid Prime came out and it was only $40. But then all of a sudden we got Luigi's Mansion 2 and Donkey Kong Country Returns, both priced at $60 when their original versions, when they were made from the ground up, were less than that. So the original Donkey Kong Country Returns was $50 at launch. Then it was $40 for the 3DS version, and now it's $10 more than it was when it was very first made. And it's very, very clear that it's just sort of doing a coat over of, like, you know, the original graphics. It looks like some of the original graphics might even be the same, maybe like up-resed either by, I hate to use the word, but maybe AI, or just someone from the art team, very, very likely as well. But then there's like a couple of effects that a lot of people have argued aren't even as good as the original games. I need to make it very clear, I don't really care about all that stuff. It looks fine to me, unless you're like looking at it underneath a microscope, like some people have been doing. Then I can kind of see like, okay, I guess that is technically better on the original Wii version. But that's completely besides the point. The point of this topic is to talk about the fact that it costs more now than it did on the Nintendo Wii. And that is kind of freaking weird when you think about it. The game is already made. It's just got a couple of visual tweaks added to it and the 3DS stages added to it as well. There's clearly not a lot of work that went into this, and yet they want to charge the full price for this clear, just slightly dolled up port. I think that it's very confusing to people, and I do understand that the conversation that people are having and how it's valid. For me, I think the reason why this is happening at all, it's because people will buy it. There's just a million people. I say a million, but it's actually way more than that. I just Dr. Evil'd myself here. But there's way, way more people that own a Nintendo Switch than they ever did a Nintendo Wii or 3DS. And so Nintendo looks at it and goes, yeah, you know what? We can charge $60 and people are going to buy it, and we're going to maximize our profits. We lower the price because we want to incentivize people to buy the game in the first place. But if the loud, noisy people that are going to complain about the price are such a small minority compared to the average everyday people that see Donkey Kong on a store shelf and are going to buy it for $60 anyway, F them. Forget those people. The people that are complaining on Twitter, we as Nintendo don't care. Don't buy it, because there's going to be 5 to 7 people in your place that will. And that's why they're charging $60. It is scummy at the end of the day. I mean, at the end of the day too, you got to remember this is a business that's being operated. They want to worry about their profits and how much they can get for everything that they do. It's not a morality clause in the eyes of Nintendo. It is 100% what can we get away with, and if we're getting away with it, is it maximizing our profits? That is kind of what they're thinking about at the end of the day with a lot of things. Now, when they're making the games and they're making these special experiences for you, the developers and stuff like that, they have something that's probably a little bit more passionate in their hearts. But the people that are deciding the price of these games, the marketing, the legality of it in terms of, you know, copyright lawyers and stuff like that, they're cold-hearted. They care about the bottom line, and they're the people that are deciding that you're going to pay $60 instead of $40 or $30. I think that appropriately, this game should be worth about $30. I think that, like, I was actually kind of looking forward to picking this up just to have it again, just to play with another friend. But honestly, like, I'm not that super excited to just jump right back into Donkey Kong Country Returns. I feel like if I ever wanted to go back to it, I already have it available on my Nintendo Wii, and I know somebody that would have played it with me. So truthfully, do I need to drop another $60 just to find the excitement to play it? No. So me personally, I'm priced out. I think I would have picked it up for $30 just because, like, it would have been convenient to have it on my Nintendo Switch, just to be able to be like, boom, HDTV, boom, Joy-Con controllers, don't have to hook up the Nintendo Wii, let's go. But frankly, it is worth my money to set up my Nintendo Wii console should I ever want to play Donkey Kong Country Returns again. So, you know, you lost this customer, but I say that fully knowing well that it's probably going to sell bananas. That came right out of me. That was so stupid. To everyday people, average people that don't consume themselves online with Nintendo fandom, they're probably going to see Donkey Kong on the store shelf, and there's probably going to be like 12 more people than there is people like me that are going to see it and be like, hey, Junior, you want to play some Donkey Kong? Seems fun. I remember it when I was a kid, and boom, Nintendo gets their profits. So sadly, that's where we're at. Why the price was $40 for Metroid Prime? Well, it might have just been a case of testing the market. And if the sales figures were great, you know, it's suddenly like, okay, we can get Metroid out to people and sell great. And I think we can actually adjust the price according to how many people bought this game for our future titles like Luigi's Mansion 2 and Donkey Kong Country Returns. But I also think that there might be a little bit of a reason of, look, Metroid is a little more niche than Luigi and Donkey Kong. We want them to establish a footing in the eyes of gamers. So with this new established audience that is on the Nintendo Switch, let's lower the price to incentivize the normies to give Metroid Prime a shot and allow it to grow more, to stand toe-to-toe with a franchise like this. I do think that they probably think about stuff like that from time to time. So there's a possibility for that as well. And again, I'm just here to try to like alleviate some confusion. Do I agree with the hardcore gamers that this game should be less than $60? Yes. I mean, like, honestly, not even from a morality standpoint, which there is a conversation to be had there, but I'm actually looking at it from a individual consumer standpoint. Have I just been priced out of a copy of Donkey Kong Country Returns because of the price that they're offering? Yes. Because I've already played through Donkey Kong Country Returns. For as amazing as it is, I think it's one of the greatest platforming games of all time. It's still too new for me to feel like, okay, like I really miss Donkey Kong Country Returns and I need a way to play it again on modern hardware. $60 is not that price. $30? Yeah, totally. And I bet one day it will drop to that price, even though Nintendo tends to not lower the prices. I bet you the resale market will be pretty great on that one. But time will tell. And again, I'm sorry to all of you hardworking people out there where $60 is like really, really important to you. And sadly, Nintendo doesn't recognize that like you are a budget consumer that needs games to be priced appropriately. I recognize you guys. I'm so sorry that you're experiencing this. And outside of that, hey, hopefully there's better news in the future. At least there's the option to pick it up, right? I mean, like, at the very least, we can wait for the resale market to lower the price on it. I can't imagine it going up. That would be absurd. But, yeah. All right, guys. Well, anyways, I wanted to share my thoughts on this. I wonder what you guys think. But with that said, yeah, if you could, subscribe. If not, thanks again, and I'll talk to you again soon.